Hello YouTube, this is Deuce2124, and I'm going to be playing Madden 10. I made my own team called the Albany Longhorns, which I think is backwards. So I'm going to start it, and then I'm gonna play my first game. Okay.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
The time to make history starts right now, right now, right now.
One more win.
One game,
One chance.
all season we fought.
I'm back. Sorry. What? Oh, okay. What? Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna skip the preseason real quick. Alright, here we go. First game against the Colts.
It cost nearly $720 million to build, but the fans are thrilled with their very unique facility. Lucas Oil Stadium stands out as one of the most advanced and beautiful stadiums in the league. Well, the Dome is, of course, providing perfect conditions for today's game.
And here we
This game
go.
is presented by Snickers, and this season is officially underway.
And here we
Hit and mark at the 35.
Keep an eye on the safety. Take advantage of the spots where the defense looks soft.
Tackle is made by Dawson. They gain 5 yards there. That'll bring up second down. No one can come up with the third down coming up after that incompletion. 3rd and 5 coming up. He gets another carry.
Yeah, for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there, the pursuit was all over it, and they made a nice stop.
Russian can't hang on to the ball. He picks it up
Oh, touchdown.
to the 10. They'll score touchdown. Lewis adds the extra point.
That's great.
Here's your sprint drive summary.
Way to start the game.
Russian.
Oh my gosh.
It's picked up. And he has plenty of room. They'll get in for the touchdown.
Wow. What?
Coach Jim Caldwell wants the referee to take another look at this one. After review, they will uphold the call on the field.
Yeah, and
So
without a doubt,
loses
the
to
ball came
timeout
out,
and a
the
challenge.
runner was down, it was very difficult.
Number 14
That
now.
was the right call.
So that's already 2 fumbles. Both returns for touchdowns. It's been not even a minute. Some 56 seconds. Okay.
At the 30. Runs over tackle. Upending to their last drive that ended in a fumble return for a touchdown. Means now they'll start with good field position.
You know, this is when you just have to keep your head in the game. Coaches will always tell you before the game, hey, we're going to have some ups, we're going to have some downs. When we have those downs, you got to stay focused. You got to forget about what happened on that last possession and just move on.
Throws it short, and he caught him. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy.
Good play design there, very solid protection, gave the quarterback time to examine the whole field until he finally found the open man.
Here's the pass. He catches another.
I thought you were for that.
Really is so much the key to football. You talk all the time about you have to establish the run, but there you see why you establish the run and then you come up with play action pass. It's so hard to defend.
Gives it off. There's an injured Colts player, but he doesn't look like he's hurt too bad.
Might want to dial up the zone blitz in this situation. Make the offense think you're blitzing and playing man coverage, when in reality you're blitzing and playing zone.
He didn't get back to the line.
And it looked like this defensive line just beat him off the snap. Sometimes those guys can time out the quarterback's cadence. And if the quarterback doesn't start changing that snap count, his offensive line's going to really struggle.
Throws it short. There for the catch. The stop was made by Norman. That reception is good for 7.
Fair enough.
And they can really put their opponent in bad field position with a good punt here. And this one will go for a touchback.
Drop back like you're passing and give it to your back on the draw.
Here's the give. Still moving. He gets out to about the 23-yard line. Sanders was there to bring him down.
Yikes.
Throws it out. And it's completed.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on your left side, they throw it to the right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
He'll get the call again. A pickup of 5. That brings up second down.
Let's move this football.
He needs to make a decision. Moves to his right. Here's the deep throw. Throws into coverage, and it's intercepted.
Going with cover 2 man makes a lot of sense in this situation. You might be looking to go deep. So I think you want to go with a defense that's going to keep both safeties back.
Hands it off. And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line before he is caught and tackled. Brown gains about 2 yards on the run. They hand it off. They tackle him for a loss.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. But when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass one.
Two opposite.
And they really forced them to throw that one before he had a chance to read the coverage. You know, typically when they blitz, you end up in one-on-one coverage, but you have to have time to throw the ball.
Oh crap.
Fielded at the 19. Gets to about the 27.
Get the offensive line to maintain their blocks.
Passes to his left.
Ooh, shut off. Ooh.
Dawson makes the tackle. Might have been hurt on that one, but it appears it isn't too serious.
That's not good.
Here's the give. The stop was made by Foster, about 6 yards in the play, and that will bring up second down.
Go with the ground attack. You got to take it to him.
Right there. First one.
Brought down behind the line.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now, when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
Throws just as the pressure gets there.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing that defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards them.
No, it's not.
They'll give it off here.
No, it's not
Tries to spin,
Georgia.
and he'll drop it.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run, and you have to deal with play action.
He throws right. It falls incomplete. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. with the run. That'll be a 7-yard pickup, and that makes it 3rd down. Under heavy pressure, he makes another reception on the drive.
You have to be careful with this offense not to pay too much attention to those great receivers on the outside. Sometimes those tight ends can really be a problem. What did that payoff pick?
No. I have an idea. Come here.
He gets out to about the 22-yard line.
I like Colts looking to dig themselves out of this big hole that they dug themselves into, and at the very least, you have to show the guys on the other bench you're not going to roll over.
They give it to the tailback. He fights forward to about the 23. They line up at the 23.
Unplug the docking station.
Regular, double up, big play.
Lifts it out short. Hit hard at the 28.
We'll take plays like that all day long.
So it's 3rd down now. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Short throw to the right. Chip, one tackler.
Wow, when I see a play like that, I'm thinking there's a definite lack of confidence somewhere along the way. He looks like he's a little timid, or his receivers thought he wasn't going to make the play down the field or something.
Walker deals it at the 31. He makes it to the 42-yard line, and they're already up big. That return just really puts them into position to make this thing a blowout. The halfback with the carry. They can't bring him down. About 6 yards in the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. He scrambles around. He rolls out to the left.
Don't pick.
Jackson bats it down. Antoine Buffet had the coverage on the play. It's incomplete. 4th down now after that incomplete pass. The offense wasn't able to get on track during that last series.
Now, that series just never seemed to get off the ground. Nothing they tried there seemed to work.
Not a good bounce on this one.
The Colts are in a dangerous territory right now. This one's gotten a little out of hand, but a touchdown on this series, maybe your defense gets a little momentum going.
Gets the pass out. Makes the catch.
And they didn't pick up the first down that time, but you drop back, you make a good throw like that. Now you're in position to try and pick up this first down.
Passes it out. And the tight end is wide open.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you've got to understand your own protections, because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver.
Got to him just as he released it. Intercepted. To the 20. To the 10. He's going the wrong direction.
Well, that's not exactly what they had in mind when they called that play. They desperately needed to get some points on the board, and instead they had to simply defense.
Well, so he's a blower. So 2 fumbles, 3 for touchdowns, 1 interception for a touchdown. Colts are not doing very well. Isn't this good?
We have our first penalty of the game. There's an Eastern Colts player, but he doesn't look like he's hurt too badly. Holding violation.
Yes. Different set.
It's time to shut the receiver down with a double team on this play. Force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
What's your new pick? Oh.
When you get that kind of pressure, a lot of times the play will result in something worse than just an incompletion.
Gets the pass away. Reggie Wayne with his third reception.
See if they can score. Halftime.
Moves forward. Sacked. Parsons has sack number 1 of the season. They're looking at a 2nd and long here after the sack.
Regular, dub, 45, double up, face left.
The pass is away.
Yeah, really not much a defense can do when you get a guy that can throw the football like that. You know, you get yourselves in position defensively, you think you're in the right spot, you're going to make a play, and a guy makes a throw like that, you go, hey, that's a good throw.
He goes
No.
deep this time, and it's caught.
No.
2 to 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And he's able to go in for the score as time expires.
The defense did some pretty good work there in the second quarter, but you can't let them score with no time left.
Adam Vinatieri packs on the extra point. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. Time for a short break as we send you to the studio.
Let's catch up on what's happening on the scoreboard.
Speed the tables. Just my favorite team.
Taking a look at the stats from your game now, Indianapolis racked up over 200 yards in the first half. Here are the highlights from your game.
And let's turn it to X and let's pick them. Boom. Just picks it. Watch that.
The second half is about 50. Welcome back to Indianapolis.
Crap, freaking lagged.
Short kick. He didn't get hold of that one.
Well, they probably scored in the strats.
Whitester takes it at the 33. The Colts ended their last drive with a
That was
touchdown,
not fair.
and they'll look to make it 2 in a row. They'll give it off here.
The Colts have to be frustrated with their lack of running success in this game. I mean, how many times can you get beat like that and still keep trying to hand the football off?
Two opposite, dub.
Passes. Brings it in. Tackle made by Norman. And that play could have easily gone for 6.
And when you start to hit a couple of big pass plays, it really puts the defense in a tough spot. They no longer feel quite as brave coming up and defending those short passes.
Two opposite, Eno.
Dumps it out left. On the reception and cut right away. Small gain. Holly makes his 3rd catch of the game. Almost picked. Reggie Lane was the intended receiver.
Not so much a bad pass as a bad decision. He saw the coverage there. He simply had to go to the next receiver. He didn't make the right move.
Two opposite. Two opposite.
Passes the ball.
He's gone.
There's no one around. He's in for the score. Last interception. He is second of the game.
At that time, he
That's
just
4
got
turnovers,
He
guys.
stared down the receiver. The defense saw him, jumped the throw, and made the pick. Good play on the defensive side.
I'm ready to drop out Colts, I have to say.
He stopped at the 24-yard line. Defense is coming off that big play just a moment ago, so the momentum is on their side. Makes the short throw.
I know we all talk about 40-yard dash times in the NFL, but as a receiver, if you are a great route runner and you understand what the defenses are trying to do to you, it doesn't matter if you run a 4-3-4. If you can get in and out of your cuts like this guy, you will always be able to play. The Colts passing game continues to impress. There's almost no resistance when they try and throw the ball. It seems like they're getting 10 to 15 yards every time.
Passes to his left. Patrick was there on the tackle. Holly was able to make his 4th reception. Short throw to the left, and he reverses direction. And the last guy gets it.
The Colts are continuing to find success throwing the ball. The pass protection is solid, and the defense with a very conservative approach playing off these receivers, allowing them to get open.
Here's the halfback, and he will lose yardage on the play.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that gains nothing. You know, you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when the defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
It's there for the catch. A dive is up about a yard with that completion. That brings up 3rd and 13. Ball on the 34-yard line. Passes it. Leaping catch. Wayne now with 4 catches in the game. It's 4th down. The Colts are lining up to punt it away.
29. That just doesn't make sense.
This one's going to go out of bounds at the 8-yard line. They'll start this drive at the 8. Throw short. There for the reception. Gary Brackett was there to bring it down.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside, you're getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space and you have a chance to make a play.
A pickup of 5. That brings up 2nd down. They hand it off again. Bob Sanders looks to be seriously injured after that play. From their own 23-yard line.
That's actually a good thing for me.
Gets the pass off.
Yes.
Comes down with it. But man beats the tackle.
Big athletic play for a big guy. I tell you, as a quarterback, you see somebody make a play like that, you want to come back again and again.
As we head to the fourth, this one's really gotten out of hand. Our score, the visiting team, 35, the Colts, 7. They go with the run. The stop was made by Wheeler.
Use some big guys up front on this one. Run this one right at him. Well, you're back to keep his legs turning and just power forward.
The halfback with the carry.
And I really like the discipline of this defense. You
Are you
never see
kidding?
these
No.
guys
I'm not
trying to
doing
do
that.
too much.
Wrong
They
play.
control their gaps, and that time there was
I hate
nowhere
when
to
you
go.
do that. You have 2 failed running plays, and then that's all it suggests is more running plays. I mean, no, it's just to manage
Hit on the
the
pass. Marlon Jackson is there on the tackle.
Defense was not fooled on that one. They had them locked down, and there really was no good option down the field.
So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They were moving the ball on their last drive, but the defense held strong and forced the punt. Here's the kick. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle.
If you want to be considered one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League, everybody has to be able to cover. But the top guys can not only cover, but come up and make big hits like that.
bowels.
This play. Under pressure,
Guess
he
what?
felt they need that time.
Every time I have to say Big Man. Oh, you're
Hit and drive behind the line. Wade makes it 5 catches in the game.
Maybe you should have let it be an incomplete. Oh,
Takes it to the 48. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt.
no. Play again. No. No.
Looking good out there. With a 2-score lead and the ball in your possession, this one might be in the books already.
They go with the run. Still working. He tries to spin, but he's brought down.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Another run. Dropped behind the line.
Tom, the offensive line just didn't get any push there. They've got to do a better job knocking those guys off the line of scrimmage.
Scramble. Gets the pass away.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set them up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off onto the next. Beautiful run.
It's the tailback. Brooks will drop him behind the line at the 39-yard line.
I'd be more excited if it was a winning instead of losing 70-45. What do you mean, say?
Calvin Hayden was there to bring it down. A 5-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down.
All you need to do here is run some clock. Run the football up the middle.
Oh. Outside.
Feeds it to the back. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Not a good bounce on this one. They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away. goes up high for the catch. Reggie Wayne with his 6th reception.
I'm just gonna keep the pressure there.
Throws it deep. And he brings in the high pass. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Manning has made some great throws in this one, finding plenty of holes in the secondary on his way to over 300 yards. Extra point is good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint.
They probably do it on zone.
Indianapolis comes out in the onside kick formation.
Fuck.
The visiting team recover the onside kick. Vinatieri makes the tackle.
It's been a rough game for them for sure. At this point, you got to think they're probably just going to be glad this one's over.
They hand it off. The stop was made by Robert Madden. About 4 yards on that play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Hands it off. Dawson makes the tackle. 4-yard gain, and that makes it 3rd down. They keep it on the ground with the tailback.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time, the guys up front on defense were just overpowered.
He's got it. Here's your script drive summary.
Almost 50-yard field goal. Sweet. Oh, just inside.
Here's a spot where you don't want to get beat with a long ball. Go with cover 4 and make sure you cover any deep threat.
Short pass to his left. Holly is proving once again that he is an extremely versatile weapon, passing the century mark in receiving with back reception. He throws short.
Nice play there. It's only 7 yards, but that's the kind of underneath throw that eventually opens up some throws down the field. Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much you could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
Break it up! Break it opposite! Two opposite!
Steps up in the pocket. And the pass is incomplete.
Peyton Manning really let
No,
that one
I
go.
would go
He's definitely got the arm strength to make those kinds of throws, and everybody knows that, but accuracy is still the key to winning in this game.
He fields it from the 2. Brought down at the 18-yard line.
16-yard.
That's all from Lucas Oil Stadium. Highlights are next, so stay right there.
That was an easy game.
Our final score is the visiting team 38, Indianapolis 14. The visiting team get the relatively easy win over their rivals, so their spirits are pretty high right now. For Chris Collinsworth, this is Tom Hammond saying goodbye and thanks for tuning in.
What's the game, guys? Well, if you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. This is Deuce2124, and yeah.